My mother died.
What proof do you have that your mother died?
My mother did not die.
We're about to take a deep dive into a pathological lying criminal mastermind.
I don't lie. That's the thing. I don't lie.
Down here in Florida, we're in court with LIEnette, and she lives true to her name. In her deposition, she lied over and over and over and over again. And we're going to show you some excerpts from that deposition. Now, that day was over 7 hours long. Understand that's with breaks, with lunch, and we had nowhere gotten done with all of the details for the deposition. Just some excerpts that the judge already knows about today. And you're going to see her incriminate herself so bad, you're going to feel sorry for the individual that was foolish enough to grant her $7,000 in a gift, which now she has to claim and lose her disability benefits. And take notice that there's a child in all of this. You are, number one, not allowed to have anybody in the same area as you. Number two, no communication with cell phones or anything else. You're gonna hear John, you're gonna hear a child, and you're gonna see tablets that she's texting on.
I will let you know, I have to let you know that I have to be done by 1:30.
No, ma'am, that's not happening. You don't get
I have to be at the sheriff's department,
ma'am,
to be interviewed by the investigators at 2 p.m.
it's not going to end, ma'am. We're not ending the deposition. You have a court proceeding, and we're not ending the deposition today. At that time.
Well, Mr. Hales is the one who wanted them to investigate
Ma'am,
me.
we're not
so I'm
doing
being
it. It's not
investigated.
happening, ma'am. I'm just telling you it's not.
Okay. When John gets here, sir, I'm going to ask for a break because I need to call the sheriff's department and let
Ma'am.
them know that you're not going to let us off to show up at their department because this was a real investigation.
Ma'am, we're not, this deposition is going to go forward day to day, like the notice says, until we're finished. So we're not going to take any breaks without phone calls. This is not the time. We'll take breaks.
If I don't show up at the sheriff's department, I'll get arrested.
It was this very day after this deposition that LIEnette posted on her page, standing in her trash. And it says this very clearly: I want to make this statement and make it very clear. I did tell you it was clearly. Neither John Crook nor myself are in jail or have any fear of going to jail. Well, hold a second. I seem to be seeing a lot of fear, because the truth is they are both under investigation, and they are both looking at arrest, and they are both looking at all the consequences that come with everything they've done to us.
You're trying to get
let's
me
do it this way.
arrested in Ohio.
I'm not trying to get you arrested. I mean, you raised this.
Oh, yes, you are. And so is he.
I do want to warn you, you're going to hear some language, you're going to hear some anger and aggression, and it's all going to be from LIEnette. And some of you may be thinking, how could anybody side with this individual? Remember the bomb threat scare in hearing number 3, and then the court staff member that made the nasty face at me? Yeah, her. That's her right there. We have identified her. As a matter of fact, during lunch, she went up to my first lawyer and said, how could you represent that bleepity bleep? Little uncalled for, I'd say, because she's a victim's advocate in the court setting. And if she's fallen for this hook, line, and sinker victim's mentality of LIEnette, she's got a lot coming, because this woman is going to 100%, there is no doubt in my mind that this woman is going to jail. This victim's advocate doesn't even know the history of this woman. We have psychiatric reports on her. You name it, we've got her on it. And so let's see what my lawyer has to say about her breaking the civil protection orders, even here in Florida.
Hold on 1 second. This cupboard is a no.
You know what Mr. Hales was referring to when he said 10 feet, 10 feet?
The order that he's got against us in Ohio that he got fraudulently. Yes.
Oh, he's referring to the order. So let's look at it.
I don't need to look at it.
We
John
are-
can't jump a fence and run on a leg with wrapping up to his crotch.
When you're not on your property, you and Mr. Cook cannot come within 500 feet of Mr. Hales or
We
Mr.
did it.
Do you understand that this order says, even if he approaches you, even with his permission,
Did you
still
want John to jump a fence
ma'am,
with
there's no need-
with his leg wrapped up one day out of surgery? What should he have done?
Ma'am, please lower your voice.
What
There's no-
should he have done?
I'm going to ask you.
Are
to
you?
lower your
You
voice.
are not a nice person.
You talking about me?
Oh,
not.
yes.
Ma'am, please lower your voice, and there's no need to use profanity.
No.
And are you a minister?
Yes, I am. I find this irrelevant to the case. And
All this screaming, all this yelling, rage, hostility with a child right there. Now, let's back up a little bit. What does he expect John to do? Well, the law expects John not to be in the road. Now, whether you want to talk about a bandage wrapped all the way up to his whatever it is, or a walker, he had to get from the back of the property on the walker with the bandage up into the road, which is the exact same type of ground that would have been on his actual property. So he was okay to get all the way from the back of the property up to the road, but then he had to be on the road? No. The following day, he was putting up this trash fence on the actual property. Did he ever need to be in the road? You know the answer as well as I do. He should have never, legally, ever been in the road.
I don't understand the injunction
Oh,
at
okay.
all anymore.
That's fine.
No, I don't.
Protection order entered. In the
You're
state of
being
Ohio.
ridiculous.
Case number.
I'm
Ma'am,
I'm
there's no,
pleading
ma'am,
the
ma'am, there's
fifth.
no question pending.
I'm
making-
pleading the fifth on everything. From now on, I'm pleading the fifth.
You're telling me that every question I ask you, you're going to plead the fifth?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm allowed to do
Then why are
legally
you
or
saying
not.
that? Then why are you saying that?
Because you're trying to hem me up and it can be used against me in the court. Therefore, I'm pleading the fifth.
Most of us would understand when you plead the fifth, that means you're guilty. It's the inference of guilt. So now the judge can go, she pled the fifth, pled the fifth, pled the fifth. In other words, she's saying, I am guilty, but I'm not going to tell you any of the details about it. And the judge can then go and go, yep, she's guilty, 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 because she didn't give details. It doesn't save her from the aspect of no guilt. It actually thrusts her into the arena of guilt.
So you are aware that there's a civil stalking protection order entered against you in the state of Florida, and state of Ohio, correct?
Fraudulently, yes.
All right. And a court has made a finding after a hearing that,
Fraudulently, yes.
okay, hold on, that you should be restrained from committing acts of abuse or threats of abuse against Jeremy Hales and against his paramour.
That was a personal request that he uses the word paramour because she keeps using it in every court document. I don't think it means what she thinks it means. And you should also know that she's had no contact orders in regards to her grandkids issued as well. This is not the first time she's had issues. This woman is incredibly unstable. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read you some of the psychiatrist notes about her with her children.
That will get overturned. He done it under perjury. I plead the fifth. I will not give out any names. I will not.
I find this odd, and I don't use that term often enough in Otter Creek, because she's already given us the name of Lizzie. She's already given us the name of Patty. And when you're backed into a corner and you know you're caught in all of your deep, dark lies, here's what you start to do.
Can you just answer my question?
I can't hear your question. I can't hear you. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong.
Do you also go by Michelle?
Yes, I do. That is my name. That is what I've gone through since birth.
You just heard me. So I'm going to ask the question.
I can't, sir. I cannot hear you very well.
Why don't
Not
you,
at all. I have to hold you up to my ear to hear you. Something is wrong. Can you please check your mic?
My mic is fine, ma'am. Can the court reporter hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I
Why did
cannot
you-
hear you, so I'm trying to figure out what's wrong.
Ma'am, please stop saying that. You hear me. We just proved you did. So stop saying
Sir,
that.
I can't hear you.
If that tactic doesn't work for you, always make sure you brush off the solution given to you by the lawyer.
Does Mr. Cook have a cell phone?
I'm not gonna ask for his cell phone. Why is this showing me?
Excuse me, ma'am. You have two
What
phones.
does this mean?
Ma'am, we're having to take a deposition here, ma'am. Now she just hung up. Disappeared.
Do you want me to remain on the record?
Absolutely. Hold on.
Okay.
If hanging up doesn't get you out of your deposition, you can always go with the Hail Mary. I got health problems.
I do not have perception of time. I don't have perception of dates and times. I do not, and my brain does not work that way. So I'm sorry that I can't answer those questions.
So you have a medical condition which inhibits your ability
I
to
have
act?
post-traumatic
Ma'am,
stress
this is not going to
disorder.
work. You keep on interrupting me. This is what's part of the delay here. I keep telling you, let me finish a question. You have a medical condition that interferes with your ability to recall dates correctly. Is that right?
No, long-term stuff. I plead the fifth.
I'm sure you understand when you do a deposition. Number one, you can be the only person in the room. Number two, you can't be communicating with somebody else. You are the person being deposed. And then number three, you can't be on electronic devices. And I want you to pay very close attention here because she's in huge trouble for this. This next 12 minutes is huge. And now we haven't shown all of the deposition yet, and there's a tremendous amount of it, and we will show it later within the week. But we are showing this because the judge is already aware of it and her lawyer is already aware of it. She literally incriminates herself, and then she destroys the evidence. And this is a huge, huge issue.
All right. Ms. Preston, here we go. I'm going to share the screen again. Okay, Ms. Preston, I need to make this a little smaller. This is, do you recognize this as your handwriting? Page 5. or
Yes.
6?
Yes,
Of the
that's
next-
my handwriting.
And for the record, this is the next exhibit. And we can make sure we're on the right numbers here in order. It's her petition, 50 pages. She filed with the courts in Levy County. Ma'am, this is your handwriting, correct?
Yes,
And everything in here is true and correct, right?
yes.
You want to look at it, please, before you say that? What are you doing, ma'am? Are you texting somebody?
No, yeah,
Who are you texting?
someone to have them call my lawyer and ask them if they're gonna still call me or not.
Ma'am, this is just like a court proceeding. You're not
Okay.
supposed to text people during your court proceeding. By the way,
Okay,
I'd like to ask you, during our court proceedings, in this case, have you texted someone during those proceedings in front of Judge Thomas's?
No, I have not. But someone just asked me if they called me. I said no. They're contributing, they're helping me with the money. So I told her no, he had not called me yet. That's all I said.
So when you're giving testimony under oath, you're not to have any assistance and you're not supposed to communicate with anybody.
No one is assisting me in anything.
I'm going to ask you not to communicate with anyone in the room or outside of the room when you're giving testimony. We're asking for your testimony, not anyone else to communicate. Okay?
No one is giving me anything to communicate.
So please, I don't want to see you texting anybody, ma'am, in the future in this deposition. Please don't do it. And I'm going to ask you to now to put the screen up and show us your text that you sent a few minutes ago.
No,
Why not? Why are you
because
refusing-
I'm not giving away the person who sent me the money. I'm not. She's my friend and I'm not.
You said it was something else. What was the text that you just texted?
She asked me if the lawyer had called and if I'd talked to him. I said, No,
Show us that screen that says that.
no, I won't. I'm not giving you her name. I won't.
And why is that, ma'am? Are you taking
Because
the,
I'm not having her be a target of Jeremy Hales.
any other reasons? Not the fifth?
I'm not having her be a target of Jeremy Hales.
Are you
No.
refusing, are you refusing to tell us who you were texting and show us your text that you did during this
I
deposition?
plead the fifth.
Again, you taking the fifth. Let's make sure what you're taking the fifth to. I'm asking you, will you show us?
I am not going to show you my text that I just answered because I'm not making her a victim of Jeremy Hales. And I deserve to be represented just like anyone does by a lawyer. And she is my help.
Is she a lawyer?
No, she is helping me financially.
I'm going
And
to
I'm
ask.
not going to give her name up. I'm not.
Okay, on your screen, does it have the full name?
Yes, and I'm not.
Then cover it with your finger and show us the text that you sent just a few minutes ago.
No, I won't.
It's protecting her name.
No, I won't. You'll see my whole screen of all of my messages. No,
You can just cover, you can blow up with your finger and show us the text you sent during this.
no, I won't.
Why not?
Because I don't have to make her a victim.
I just
And I
told you.
won't.
You don't need to show it the name. Just cover
I
up.
will show it to the judge. I will not show it to you.
I'm
For
not-
you
I'm
to
asking-
give to that man, I won't.
Ma'am, let's,
I deserve the right to be represented, and she is my help.
just to make clear, you're refusing to show us something you have in your possession that involves this case, right?
It doesn't involve this case. She's
Doesn't?
giving me money. That's it.
Okay, that's not, like, ma'am,
Then I want to see everybody that Jeremy gets his money from.
ma'am, you're not being responsive. Let's make sure we're understanding
No.
this.
I'm not.
Again, you're interrupting me, so I'm trying to be really helpful and calm here, really am. I'm asking a simple question. You've texted somebody on your phone. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Who are you speaking to?
Nobody.
Okay. You've just texted somebody in the middle of your sworn testimony. And you're refusing to show us
He
the text.
messaged me and asked
This
me,
is
did
got
he
to
call
be-
you yet?
I
said no.
I've never, I don't understand why.
Let
I
me
don't
see
wanna
if
have to-
there's a way that I can frickin' show you without giving away any names. If there's not, I'm not. If
Use your
there's not,
finger.
I'm not.
Use your finger to cover it up, ma'am.
I didn't even get finished with what I was saying. So here. Just a minute. No, it still says her name. No, I can't
Cover it
because
up.
it shows her name.
Cover it up. You've already told us her first name. I don't need to see her last name. Cover up just her last name. You can use your finger, can't you?
No, I can't because it's a tablet and it's a huge screen. And no, it has her picture. No, I won't. I'm not. So I'm not. Nope, I'll shut the tablet off and I'm not going to show you her picture. I'm not showing you nothing. I'm not having her be a victim because then she will not help me financially and I deserve a lawyer just like he does.
That's your phone you described?
No, this is my tablet.
Your tablet? What kind of tablet is that, ma'am?
I have no clue. It's a free freaking tablet.
Did you turn it off?
I'm trying to turn it off right now. I'm trying to figure out how the hell you do turn it off. I've never done that yet.
So you're refusing to show us any part of the texting you did during
I
your
can't.
deposition?
Yes, 'cause I'm
Again,
not-
this literally is an amazing day.
I don't care. I'm not gonna make her a frickin' victim.
Ma'am, you keep on interrupting.
Then
my
I need
questions
to
when you're
call
complaining
I
about-
need to call the lawyer and ask him.
You don't, who's your lawyer? Who have you retained as a lawyer?
I'm hoping to God that it's Silverman. I'm
But you
hoping
haven't retained anyone, including Mr. Silverman, right?
this thing don't even turn back on.
Good. Can you show us show us that tablet, please? Turned off?
Stop. It's just started coming back up. John, go away from the window. Please.
Ma'am, show us that tablet turned off, please.
It just decided to come back up, and I'm not gonna show you the name of the tablet.
You refusing, and again, I'm about to
Here's
ask
the
you-
tablet.
It's too funny. It's really funny. I'm sorry to laugh. I don't
Here.
mean to laugh.
It's a freaking blue tablet. That's all it is. It's a free tablet.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to preserve that tablet.
I'm done. I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not
do you
gonna
mean?
finish this. I'm gonna quit this thing.
Quit what?
I can't take it. I think I actually need to go talk to somebody.
What do
My anxiety is off the chain and I can't do it.
Are you refusing to ask any, you want to take a break?
I need to talk to an attorney. I need to talk to somebody.
There's a question pending, ma'am. Let me ask this question.
I deserve an attorney like everyone else.
Okay,
It's
so
my-
are you asking,
it's my
are you
conscience.
asking, ma'am, are you asking, please
Yes.
put that down. Please put that down, ma'am.
Do
Please
you
put it,
want me to show you the freaking tablet or not? I'm trying to figure out how to cover her picture and show you what was said.
ma'am,
So
you
if you
said,
give me a minute, I'll do that.
you just said you were done. So are you now undone?
I want you to leave me alone, please. I'm trying to figure out.
I don't need you
how
to show it to us
show
right
you.
now. I don't need you to show it to us right now. Please put it down. Ma'am, I
Oh
don't need
my-
you to show it to us.
Oh my, okay, remember that. That's on the court.
Oh, I don't
record.
need you to show it to us right now. I'm asking you, ma'am, please put it down. I can't tell you anymore. You're delaying the deposition every time you hold that up.
Okay,
Please put it down.
it's down.
Okay, and I'm asking you to preserve that tablet for the court's access. Do you understand?
The tablet is I already erased it because it's none of your business.
You erased it just now?
No, I erased part of it. My part that I was writing because I wasn't done writing it yet.
So you erased the conversation you had, and again,
No, I did not.
I knew you were going to interrupt. I knew you were going to interrupt. Let me try it one
Oh
more
my
time
God.
with the instruction now.
Call Silverman's office now, please.
Who are you speaking to, ma'am?
I'm yelling out the window. I need a break so I can call a lawyer.
There's a
I
question.
plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I'm not going to get myself criminally in trouble. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth to the pending question, right?
All of it about the tablet, all of it.
Okay,
Just
we can take a
because
break. Okay,
I
we can
did
take a break.
not
Okay,
know that I should. You told me that
we
if
can
I
take
had
a break. I just said,
something,
okay.
go ahead.
I
You
just said,
tricked me.
you want to take a break? You just answered a pending question by taking the fifth, and you just said, what is truly amazing is you're creating your own.
I don't care. I have anxiety over the roof, and I am not. I can't take this. I cannot take this. You are doing everything you can to get me to say I'm doing things wrong that I'm not doing, and it's wrong.
If you remember, I told you that it was, and again, please don't interrupt me. Wait till I'm finished.
Mommy, put that over here.
Ma'am, you said you answered the pending question, pleading the fifth.
Oh.
Ma'am, I need your attention. Otherwise, this is going to take much longer.
My child just fell down.
There's no reason to shout.
I am looking at a document right here on my screen that we will share at a later date. And it's all in regards to LIEnette. This is from a clinical psychiatrist stating this is some of the worst behavior I have ever witnessed from a parent, talking about LIEnette. It was clear she's out of control. That's LIEnette. LIEnette continued to display significant mood swings, going from appropriate to enraged. It's also quite clear in front of the child, she does not want the child. She said to the staff, LIEnette said to the staff, she would lose the income that the child brought and that she planned to get more by applying for disability for that child. LIEnette is belittling and demeaning of the child in front of the staff. And I can go on and on and on. There are pages and pages and pages and pages. It'll literally make you sick and make you want to vomit. Can you imagine being the ignorant fool that LIEnette conned $7,000 out of? $7,000 for her lawyer. Now you got to understand the deposition that you see, that's $2,000. And her lawyer has filed a motion for a deposition of me, which is going to be $2,000 out of the 7. Deposition of George, which is going to be another $2,000 out of the 7. That'll leave $3,000. Even just to read everything that LIEnette has given to the court, that lawyer will burn that up in no time flat. Not to mention, he's going to have to sit with her during her extended deposition and John's. In other words, that $7,000 is gone. The individual, the lady, yes, we know who it is. She got scammed and she got conned, and she'll never see a penny again. I don't agree with LIEnette and Crook on a lot of things, but there is one thing that we unequivocally agree upon, and it's this.
Everybody knows who the bad neighbors are. That's us.